This is the 1923 piece Composition 8 by Wassily Kandinsky. I'm not a super big fan of abstract art, but Kandinsky falls in a different lane for me. I think he's a genius, an innovator, and one of the greatest artists of the last century, and I'll tell you why today. If you like art, just hit follow because I post daily with new stuff to learn and talk about. Wassily Kandinsky was a prodigy in many ways. He was a virtuoso violinist, but also a full-on lawyer. He was also a law professor and didn't even start painting until he was 30. He was inspired when he went to France and discovered Impressionism. And like most people at the time, he was like, wait, what are these guys up to? You can do that? Then he moved to Germany and joined the Bauhaus movement. The Bauhaus was a German art school that had a profound influence on modern art, but I got a whole video on that coming soon. Despite making art in Germany, it wasn't until after his death that the Germans celebrated his art, because the Nazis labeled his work degenerate art and removed it from German museums. He had a neurological condition called synesthesia, where stimulation of one sense triggers involuntary experiences in another. It is common for people with synesthesia to see sounds and music as color, and Kandinsky was one of those people. And this becomes obvious in the titles of his work, as he titles them what composers typically title their scores. Like this one, called Composition 2, or Composition 6, or Improvisation Deluge. In 1911, he wrote a book called Concerning the Spiritual in Art. It's one of the first books to lay out a theory of abstraction where he argues that color isn't just decorative, but has spiritual powers. And this is why I love his work, because I see intention in what he does. Versus a Jackson Pollock, where I feel like anybody could do that. And don't get me wrong, I still think Pollock's paintings are cool, but there's still paintings like this today being sold for fortunes. And whenever I see somebody buy a painting like this, although I understand the aesthetic, I always think, why didn't you just do it yourself? Drink some wine, smoke some weed, have a fun night, and save thousands of dollars. But Kandinsky's work, although very abstract, has meaning, and I don't think just anyone could do it. So what do you think? Is Kandinsky a genius that deserves the title the father of abstract art, or is this also just splashes of paint that any kid could do?